I saw it because my son wouldn't stay asleep unless I stood perfectly still, swaying in that slow, stupid half circle between the crib and the dresser like I was some kind of malfunctioning metronome. My left arm was numb from holding him. My right hand was doing that desperate one-thumb scroll you do when you're trapped under a sleeping baby and you're trying not to think about how tired you are. The nursery light was low, the white noise machine was shushing like it had an opinion, and my phone screen was the only bright thing in the room. Her post popped up. A hotel mirror selfie. Soft yellow lighting. Hair down. Collarbone showing. And the caption, missing my baby. My brain tried to interpret it like a normal person's brain, like she meant our baby, like she was being sentimental on a work trip, but my eyes snagged on the geotag before the logic could land. It wasn't the city she said she was in. It wasn't even the same state. My throat tightened so fast, I almost made a noise, and the baby's tiny body twitched against me like he felt it. I remember staring at the screen, so hard my eyes watered, like if I didn't blink, I could keep the moment from turning into something permanent. My thumb hovered over the comments. Women I knew, friends of ours, her cousins, dropping hearts, and you deserve a break, and go live your best life. My hand started shaking, not dramatic shaking, just a thin tremor that made the phone feel slippery. The baby monitor on the shelf made a faint crackle, and my whole body went rigid. I looked down at my son's face, the relaxed mouth, the slow exhale through his nose, and it hit me with this weird, sharp unfairness. He had no idea the world was changing while he slept. I backed out of the post, then opened it again like a glitch. Same caption, same hotel mirror, same geotag. My other hand was still braced against the crib rail, knuckles pale. My back was cramped. The room smelled like baby shampoo and the stale coffee I'd forgotten on the windowsill. And all I could think was, I'm here. I'm literally here. I'm the one with the actual baby. Third paragraph, zoom out, context. We've been together 7 years, married for 3. Our son, Noah, is 5 months old. My wife, Mila, is 30, funny in that sharp, quick way that made people gravitate toward her parties. She's the type who can talk to a stranger in a grocery line and walk away with their whole life story. And she remembers little things like your favorite candy bar from a conversation 6 months ago. I'm 32. I work in IT. I'm the boring, steady one. I manage the bills, the calendar, the pediatrician appointments, the car servicing, the did we order diapers panic. When Noah was born, Mila had a rough recovery. The kind where everyone says, give it time. Like time is a magic eraser. Sleep became this scarce, fought-over resource. We started living in shifts. I'd take 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. so she could get a stretch, then she'd take the early morning so I could go to work. We were tired in a way that made us quieter. Not fighting exactly, just less. Less talking, less touching, less laughter in the kitchen while we cooked. I told myself it was normal. I told myself new parents drift and then they come back. 2 weeks ago, she told me her company was sending her to a brand retreat. That was her exact phrase, like she was mocking it while still being excited. It's only 3 nights, she said, folding laundry on the couch, not looking up. I need it. I feel like I'm disappearing. I remember nodding and saying, yeah, go. You deserve it. Because what else do you say to your wife who hasn't slept more than 4 hours straight in months? I even helped her pack. I held up outfits and asked which shoes. I found her charger. I kissed her forehead at the airport drop-off, and she looked relieved in a way I tried not to take personally. She texted me when she landed. She sent a blurry photo of a hotel lobby. She called that night and told me Noah's little snort laugh was the cutest thing she'd ever heard. She sounded like her again. It made me feel hopeful. So seeing that post felt like stepping through a door and realizing you're in a different house. I clicked her profile and scrolled. It wasn't just that one post. There were stories, little 15-second clips I hadn't watched yet. I tapped the first one with my volume off because Noah was still asleep on me. A glass clinking, a table with candles, someone laughing in the background. Then a quick pan to a man's hand on the table. Not dramatic, not posed, just there, relaxed like it belonged. A watch I didn't recognize. And then, this is the part that keeps replaying in my head. Her voice, soft and bright, saying, "Stop," like she was smiling when she said it, like she was being playful, like she was comfortable. I didn't feel rage first. I felt stupid. I felt slow, like I'd missed a step and the whole staircase had shifted. Noah stirred, made that tiny squeak he does when he's about to wake. I forced my face in a neutral like that would somehow transfer to him. I rocked harder. I pressed my cheek against his hair. My heart was pounding so loud, I thought it might wake him. When he finally settled again, I very carefully lowered him into the crib like he was made of glass. My knees cracked when I stood up. I walked out of the nursery and into the hallway, and the house looked exactly the same as it had all week. Bouncer seat in the corner, laundry basket overflowing, a half-empty bottle drying on a towel by the sink, and I felt like an intruder in my own life. I opened her text thread. The last thing she'd sent was from that morning. "How's my boys?" with a little airplane emoji she loves. I stared at it until my eyes went hot. Then I typed, deleted, typed again. My fingers were clumsy. I finally wrote, "Where are you?" Simple, not accusatory. Like there was still a version of this where the answer wouldn't destroy me. She replied 6 minutes later, in Austin. Meetings all day. Exhausted. Austin. The geotag on her post was Phoenix. I sat down at the kitchen table, so fast the chair legs scraped. My hands were on the tabletop, flat, like I needed to anchor myself. I pulled up her post again. I zoomed in on the mirror behind her. You can tell so much by accident. The edge of a second toothbrush cup. A men's jacket tossed over a chair. A reflection of a second suitcase in the corner. I called her. It rang twice and went to voicemail. I called again. Voicemail. I didn't leave a message. I didn't trust my voice. I stared at the screen until it dimmed. Then she called back. FaceTime. That was almost funny. Like she thought video would make it more convincing. I answered with the camera off. "Hey," she said, too bright, too quick. I could hear noise behind her. People, music, the muffled thump of a place that isn't a hotel room at midnight. "Where are you?" I asked again. "Austin," she said, like it was the most boring fact in the world. "Babe, can we do this tomorrow?" "I'm Mila." My voice sounded wrong. Dry. "Your post is tagged in Phoenix." There was a pause so small I almost missed it, but it was there, like a skipped beat. "What?" she said. "I saw it," I said. "The missing my baby post." I saw the tag. I saw the stories. Another pause. Then her tone shifted, still calm, but sharpened at the edges. "Why are you on my profile?" I actually laughed once, and it came out ugly. Not loud, just air. "Why am I on your profile?" I repeated. "I'm home with Noah. I'm trying to get him to sleep." I open my phone, and my wife is posting hotel selfies, talking about missing her baby in a city she isn't supposed to be in. That's what you want to focus on. She exhaled slowly, like she was trying to stay composed. "Okay," she said. "Okay, you're spiraling." "I'm spiraling," I repeated, and my hand went to my forehead without thinking. My fingers were shaking again. "Tell me where you are." "I'm with coworkers," she said. "It's part of the retreat." Things changed last minute. I didn't want to stress you out. "Who's the man?" I asked. I hate that I asked it like that. Like I was bargaining for a simple, clean answer. Silence. Then she said, "What man?" "The hand," I said. "The watch. The jacket in the room." "Mila, don't do this. Don't make me say everything I saw like I'm building case." Her breathing got louder. "You're being paranoid." "No," I said, and my voice finally rose. "No, I'm being awake. For once, I am awake." I heard someone in the background say her name. Muffled. Male. Not loud. Just close. Her eyes flicked sideways. That told me more than words could. "Who is there?" I asked. "It's," she started. She stopped. Then she did something that made my stomach drop in a completely new way. She lowered her voice, like she didn't want the person near her to hear me. Like I was the inconvenience. "Please don't do this right now," she whispered. I stared at the blank FaceTime screen, my wife whispering to me like I was the secret. "I'm not doing anything," I said, quieter now. "You did it. You left. You're lying. I'm just noticing." She went silent for a long moment, and then she said, "I miss who I was before," like that was an explanation. Like that was a permission slip. I looked over at the baby swing in the corner, at Noah's tiny socks on the couch, at the burp cloth I'd dropped on the floor. My throat tightened again. "So you're pretending to be her," I said. "In Phoenix. With him." She didn't deny it. That's the thing. She didn't say, "There is no him." She didn't say, "I would never." She just sounded tired. "I can't talk about this," she said. "Not like this." "Then how?" I asked. "When? After you come home and kiss Noah's forehead and act like I'm crazy? After we pick napkin colors for a birthday party? After you post another missing my baby selfie?" Her breath hitched, like maybe she was about to cry. Or maybe she was irritated. I couldn't tell anymore. "You're making it sound worse than it is," she said. "I'm not making it sound like anything," I said, and my voice went flat in a way that scared me. "I'm telling you what it is. You're gone. You're lying. You're with someone." Another muffled voice behind her, closer now. "Mila," it said. Clearer. I couldn't move. I couldn't even blink. She closed her eyes for a second. Then she opened them and said, "I have to go." And she hung up. I stood in the kitchen holding my phone like it had weight, like it was a brick. The silence in the house was too clean, too loud. I walked to the nursery and stared at Noah through the crib slats. His chest rose and felt like nothing in the universe had changed. I felt something inside me detach. Not explode, not shatter, just unhook, like my brain was trying to protect me by going numb. I didn't do anything heroic. I didn't call a lawyer. I didn't pack her bags. I didn't post my own dramatic announcement. I sat on the floor in the hallway outside the nursery with my back against the wall and my knees pulled up, and I listened to the white noise through the door. At some point, my phone buzzed with a text. I didn't look right away. When I finally did, it was from her. "Please don't message anyone. We'll talk when I get back." That was it. Not "I'm sorry." Not "I love you." Not "Are you okay?" Just a request for damage control. I put the phone face down. I stared at the scuff mark on the baseboard that I'd been meaning to paint over since we moved in. I thought about how many nights I'd walked these floors with a crying baby while she slept. I thought about how I defended her to my own mother when my mom said Mila seemed checked out lately. I thought about the way she'd smiled in that hotel mirror and how easy it looked. And then Noah started fussing, that soft pre-cry sound, and my body moved on autopilot. I got up, washed my hands, warmed a bottle, lifted him gently, and he settled against my chest like I was the safest place in the world. That part broke me in a quiet way. Because I was. For him, I was. And I didn't know what I was supposed to be for her anymore. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. And if you've ever found a small detail, posts, messages, receipts, a location tag, that cracked your whole life open, feel free to share your story in the comments.